Spartans! What is your profession? This is Sparta!
What is going on, everybody? We're back at it. Oh, camera's off. Oh, there we go. So we're back at it today with another stream. Please do me a favor as you're coming in. Hit the like, share, subscribe button. That'll be great. So, first of all, I want to owe everybody apologies. Sorry, I'm running a little late today. Disclosure, this is Holy Week for Greek Orthodox. So Easter falls on a different day for us. So this week is kind of packed with church. So hopefully you guys can forgive me for being a little late. But we're here. That's what matters. So we are talking about a topic that is actually pretty close to me. Heart. Self-destruction and rebuilding. I've been down this route several times. Not once, not twice. A couple times, actually. And I started calling myself the Phoenix. The reason I started calling myself the Phoenix is because I end up rebuilding myself over time. And it's a thing, is ongoing thing. Because you're going to fall. We always fall. Not if we're going to fall, is when we're going to fall. I always say this when I did Motivation Mondays. And this is part of that Motivation Monday. Motivation Wednesday, let's call it right now. Is we're all gonna fall. But I don't fall backwards. I fall forward. So as I'm falling down, I'm gonna see where I messed up, so I can come back up the mountain, stronger and better this time. So this discovery yourself, it's a life thing. It's not gonna end today. It's not gonna end tomorrow. It's always gonna be there, day in, day out, day in, day out. It's always gonna be a thing that we're going to need to discover ourselves and rebuild. Rebuilding is not a bad thing. It's actually a thing I actually welcome. I welcome the point to rebuild myself in a better person, a better version, 2.0, if you want to call it. A purpose of person. Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and lie to you guys. Let's tell you this is going to be easy. There's going to be times you're going to doubt yourself. There are going to be times that you're going to question who you are. It's going to be a challenge thing. Your family will remember to take the safe route. No. The safe route is not always the right route. The right route is what is good for you. It is what is best for you. And that's what we're here to talk about tonight. I really want... this is a very meaningful conversation to me, and it means a lot. It's something that I've been doing all my life. I've been rebuilding over and over. I don't really get too deep to guests come in. I want to Can we get a second to get in? I know I'm running late, so my bad, guys. Like I said, I apologize. And also the reason we didn't have Fat to Fit live today because again I was at church and they couldn't do it, so our schedules didn't add up. So we'll be back at it next week. Don't worry, we're gonna hit it hard. This is a very important subject to me. Obviously, you can tell by my tone of voice and everything. When people doubt you, this is where I love this part about me is people always doubt me. Yeah, I've been called all different names and everything. And yeah, I did question myself at times. I did fall down. But I'm going to be better this time. Every time I say that, I always say I'll be better. And I do. It's not when or how I'll be better. It is if I'll be better. I always say if. The key say if. Because there are going to be issues. I might have changed directions a little and come back. I might have to take a left turn and then come back to the right. Or whatever. It's just time. You got to find the time to build yourself. Life is like a tree. You plant a tree, you put the soil, you add the water. The tree's going to spring and the tree's going to bloom. You're the trunk of the tree. Stronger you get, stronger those roots are. Simple. It's not if that's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. In time. You know, I just remember, I forgot to send this link to one individual. And that's my bad, actually. Give me a second to get this link sent to this individual. Hopefully he can join us. Let me send it to one other person. Might be thinking he's maybe free tonight. Alright, so as we are growing to be that tree, the trunk, the roots, it just takes time. And the journey is up to you how you want to build it. And it's always time. So, besides all that said today, how is everybody doing? I mean, here in the chats, are we doing good? Are we doing bad? Tell me. Can you hear me fine? That's another thing. You know, hopefully we don't have any microphone problems this week, like last week. But I think I've, worked out the bugs and getting past that part. As much as I love being a tech guy, I hate it too sometimes because you have all that problems. Let's check it back. The back room. Nobody's here yet. So let me get to my questionnaires here. I mean, my little outline. Transform is one of them. Transform yourself to the next person of you. Like I said, 2.0, 2.0, 2.5, 2.6, 2.0, whatever it is. It's only you. When are you ready to take that step? That is a question I always ask everybody. When are you ready to take that step? When are you ready to make that leap? A leap of faith. If you're ready to take that leap and put the hard work, nothing's been given to you. Don't get me wrong. You going to have to put the time and effort. You might have to sacrifice family time. You might have to sacrifice time with your girl. You might have to sacrifice time with work, whatever the case is, to be that person you want to be. So, but you know the dream, you know the goal. You're probably going to have like ton of vision. You need to have that ton of vision for a while. Okay, you know your goal is this. Whatever the goal. I'm going to use this as the goal for right now. So your goal is to get to that point point A to point B. Let's put it for a better example. So when you get to point A to point B, you need to get there. But how do you get there? The question is. It's something that you need to overcome some boundaries and leaps. And you have to. It's time for those leaps and boundaries. Let me see where these guys are. So, everybody needs to rebuild themselves. That time is going to come. Not if it's going to come, it's when it's going to come. And that is the benefit about it. About rebuilding yourself. How are you going to rebuild something? How are you going to turn? A great example. When you're younger. You guys heard that, right? Alexa's went off this all itself. Oh, hang on one second, guys. Let me send this link to one more person because I'll make sure that everybody gets it because some people are not showing up, and that's not a good sign usually. I don't want to be talking to myself as much as you guys like to hear me talk, but I want to make sure I get one more person coming in. All right, let me send this last link. Okay, let's get back to what we're saying. So pretty much, what was my stuff again? Here we go. We talk about transforming through ourselves. So you need to put that idea, whatever your thing is, you're gonna put it to your head. So you can put that thing, and you're going to make that step. And you're going to make that idea come true. And how silly it is. It doesn't matter how silly, how weird. That's your idea. That's your goal. You're going to do it. And end of story. I want to make that perfectly clear. All right, where are we now? The journey. The journey. This is your journey. I cannot sit there and tell you how to change it, how to do it, none of that stuff. Because this is your journey. Your journey will change as time goes on, and this goes on. It's something you need to discover yourself. Are you ready to discover that journey? Or are you going to sit back and let the opportunity pass? You're going to have several opportunities in life. But you need to conquer or grab it when the time comes. And we got our official and unofficial cheerleader in the house. So we need to discover that route. The new route, the new journey. Your journey is yours. Unique to you. Not to me, not to anybody. To you specifically. That journey is very specific in point for you. I want to make that very clear. As time goes on, you're going to conquer steps. You reach this goal, you want the next one. You reach this goal, get the next one. I don't want you guys to get comfortable and I hit my goals. I'm good. I can sit back and relax. No. You need to get a next goal and a next goal and a next goal. And keep going and keep climbing that ladder. Don't stop. The ladder is up to you when to stop it. It's up to you when to sit back and relax. It's your call. Not mine, not yours, yours. Excuse me, not mine, it is yours. That was a tongue twister. But you know what I mean. Now, what is the time and effort you need to put into this? That's up to you, really. More time and effort you put into this is higher you get to. And that is a very important thing. If you don't put a time and effort, what's the point then? That's the question I have. What is the point? What is the point of doing it or this if you don't want to do it? That is my other question. Give me 1 second because I got a message from one of the guys. See what they're saying. So you're going to go on this journey. A journey that is self-doubt, self-destruct, a rebuilding. That many of us fear at times. We are scared of it, to be honest. To take this journey to the next level, to the next point. It's our journey. And you have to make sure you take it right. Where I left it. So as much as we want to be comfortable in our lives and stay out of it, but we all have these dark demons in our side of us that we don't want to talk about, that we all have scared of them. And the journey holds a lot of promise for us, but we are scared to make that leap because we don't know where and how we're going to fall. It's time to fall sometimes. And it's only time to fall when you're ready. Are you ready to join it? So it only takes a little effort to acknowledge, to explore your potential. Your potential is yours at the end of the day. It only takes you time to make that potential change. Alright, we got somebody in the back room. I just need you to please turn on your camera. We got 2 people. Alright, let's get you guys in here really fast. Alright, let me get you guys in here really fast. There's 1. Ferd, what is going on, my man?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
You're having microphone problems again.
Can you hear me?
Can I hear anything you're saying? And the second person, I assume is Sam, you're having camera problems. So we're having problems tonight.
I can see you, but you can't see me.
I'm going to plug you in, Sam, no matter what. I'm pretty sure that's you.
Can you hear me now? Brother Groomer, can you hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's you, Sam. I think your camera's all black. Yep, now you guys are starting to show one by one. Of course. Let's get this young lady in here.
Can you hear me? Oh,
she
my
has
God.
a lot to say in this
Can
topic.
you hear me,
This is
Groomer?
probably a good topic for her to speak about. Let's get
I
Bass
can
in
hear
here.
Hello?
Bass!
Can you hear me?
Please tell me your
I
mic.
can hear
Please
you.
tell me your microphone is working.
Yeah,
Can't hear anything.
I can hear her.
I can hear
Check your settings.
Trey.
Can you
No,
hear me?
Can't hear nothing from you two.
I can
Either
hear
Trey.
you. Can you hear me?
It's
All
not
right,
from me.
cool.
I know that. I already checked everything on your side. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it's not from me.
Peter, can you hear these two individuals?
Yep, it's not from me. It's from you guys. Check your
But we can
settings.
hear each other.
So go.
Right, we can hear each other.
Here, let me talk you guys through this.
Hold up.
We can hear you.
If you hear the little
Roman, I can hear
wheel
you.
button, you go down to audio and pick which audio you guys are using.
Roman, I'm about to show you how to use
Nothing.
the system you
Trey.
showed me how to work.
Yes, I know you want me to use OBS. I know you want me to use StreamYard. I know.
No. I'm just saying.
You're talking to yourself.
As
now,
far as
buddy.
OBS, what the hell going on? I can hear you. I can hear you well. It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Huh? That's weird. I cannot. So you. Hey, let me try to refresh it on my side.
Yeah, I think it's your.
All right, you guys, can you talk for a second?
All right.
No.
Can you hear us
All right.
now?
Let's see what we're doing here.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now?
I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have no problems hearing you.
That is weird. Why can't I? All right.
All right, all
Oh,
right.
see,
Here we
Ian
go.
probably
Here we
hear
go.
Anybody,
Who is? Here we go.
that
Mr.
is
Bennett can hear us.
strange.
All right. Can you hear me now,
That
Roman?
is so weird.
This looks
Why
too
am I
sloppy here.
having this
Let's
audio?
move this.
Can you hear us, Grummy? Grummy, can you hear us? Testing.
I hear you. I hear you. I don't know about anybody else.
See, we hear each other.
It's just grooming.
I remember
Yeah,
you.
man,
I remember you.
you don't remember me, man.
Hell yeah. We had a conversation before.
I know we supposed to be hooking up, but see, you just
I did.
you just slap you just threw me to the curb, but that's okay.
So who's the beautiful lady here? I know you, sir, in the green shirt. If you could refresh my memory and tell me your name again, I do apologize.
Trey Bird.
I'm sorry, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Trey. And the beautiful lady.
I'm deeply animated.
Got you guys now. Now I can hear you
Call
guys.
me PC.
Roman, can you hear us?
Yes, let me just fix Sam because it looked like he's been chopped off his head in a minute here. Let me just fix
Man, I'm gonna have to show you. I have to show you how to work the program that you showed me how to work, man.
Hey,
Move over this way. Is that
yeah,
it?
that's
There we
good.
go.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
No, let's try it. No, that's why I'm hitting the wrong button.
Trey and PC.
Mhm.
How you guys doing? Where you guys from?
I'm from Texas. Where you from?
Texas.
Mhm.
Huntington, Long Island, New York. Trey,
Okay.
I forgot where you're at, man. I'm
I
sorry.
was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm in Southern Indiana.
Okay. Your volume is through the roof, though.
I took care of that already. Don't worry. All right.
Trey, do I get a cheers? I see you drinking something. Let me
Yeah,
cheers. this.
look, I'm drinking tea.
Oh, you're drinking tea. Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking tea. I just sip on it like I got some wine or something. That's just how I drink.
I'm drinking grapefruit juice. That's it.
Yeah, sounds good anyway.
So what's going on?
All right, guys. Let's get to the show on a roll. Are you guys ready to do this tonight?
Yeah.
So we are talking about tonight self-destructs and rebuilding yourself. That is a very important topic in myself because I have rebuilt myself several times over the years, and I continue doing that. Bass, you want to go first? Can you say ever that's ever happened to you or anything like that?
Oh, plenty of times, especially with the whole temper situation.
You have a temper? No, I would have never tell.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm sweet, I'm sweet. When I'm mad, I'm mad. You don't like me when I'm angry. So yeah, I've had to take a look at how I view things because not everything is as it may seem. Had to investigate myself, right? To understand myself, um, find my triggers and work on
Triggers.
avoiding them, right? So if I see something starting to look like it's going to be a situation, I'm like, just this. um, and then like as far as dating, right? Um, I had to build myself to a point where I was willing to break up with a person, not wait until they break up with me and be in a bad relationship longer than I needed to be. Um, so that took some growing.
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there. I stayed in a bad relationship for a long time, in the hopes
Okay,
that
well,
it would fix itself. 15 years, man. 15 years. Wasted.
okay, this is how you think about it, right? You go in with the thought of pick your pain. You want short term pain or long term.
I
So your
wanted a
short
long-term
term,
family. Forget about the pain. I want a reality. I want a long-term family. Now I see what I want. Forget about it. The
yeah,
girl is gone. I need my life. You know. Uh,
yeah,
you know. Yeah, that just doesn't work anymore. Picking the pain. Now it's love. You know what I want now? I'm almost 50. I'm 48. I want to get married. I want to get married. Never been married yet.
yeah.
I do have a
No,
daughter
I
out
understand.
of wedlock. Never been married yet
Yeah,
because the right one was never there.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man, no more exchanging anything. I want a normal relationship, 50-50, where it's supposed to work that way.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh, I see Trey say ooh.
Mm.
you said 50
Look,
50. Oh,
look,
oh,
yeah, yeah. See,
No, no,
we
no, no.
were,
Whoa. I'm not talking about a woke 50-50.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Sam.
There's a difference. Oh man, there's a difference. Forget about the woke 50-50. The woke 50-50 means means 80-20. I don't want
oh.
80-20 relationship. I want a real 50-50. If I give to the family, you have to give back. Now, that means that we do two separate things, right? That means that you're the mother, I'm the father. We have our roles to play. We both recognize our roles. And within that, you give 50-50. The problem with that is that one side feels that they give too much. Now, I can easily say, I give too much. I give too much money, I give too much time, and I give too much love, and I don't get it back. She'll say, I give too much time in the house, I give too much. No. That's a bullshit 50-50 role. You want a real 50-50 where you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Well,
I
yeah, but
want
the
it
thing
real
is,
50-50 fair where, you know what, 50-50, if it's fair, it's not always 50-50. It means that sometimes the man gives 80, the woman gives 20, and sometimes the woman gives 80, sometimes the man gives 20. That's a real 50-50. You get 50-50
yeah.
when it counts. At the end, Trey, man, you getting me all nervous here. Why? What's up with the head nodding? Talk to me.
I love when people who haven't gotten to that space try to analyze what it should be.
Oh no! I got to the space already.
No, what I'm saying, you want to get married, right?
Yes.
Have you been married before?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I made that statement. You want to be in that space. You haven't gotten there, but you sort of already analyzed the way it should
Oh,
go.
I analyzed it because I already had 3 or 4 women in my past
No,
that I feel I
but,
should have married that could have given me that.
but see, that's okay. So whether you married them or not, you chose not to, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing about marriage for myself, because I was married younger, divorced, played the field, I can't tell you how many women I dated after my first marriage. And then wanting to be married, I understood who I was as far as a person. I like to provide, I like to fix shit. I got all tools and shit for the cars. I got the tool belt, I got the ladders, I got the power sprayer. I like that type of stuff. I got the lawnmower. and but I
Right.
understood the role that I needed to play.
Right.
You know, one of my biggest qualifiers or disqualifiers was, would a woman cook? Would she cook? Not that she had to cook. Your ass better be willing to cook or be willing to learn, because I'm big on holidays. We ain't going out to eat on no damn holiday. I don't give a damn
I agree on
what
that
it
actually.
is.
Yeah, I
We go
agree.
get us some good home cooked meals
How about you, PC?
Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Sunday.
What, cooking? Yeah.
Well, cooking for holidays. That's the funny
Yeah.
thing is that Trey, I'm a white American, which means that I do a lot
You
of
lying. I could have sworn your ass was black.
You're a white American? I couldn't tell.
Well,
See?
you sitting over there talking, I thought you was black. Talking about you were 80, 20, 20, 50, all that
He
shit.
technically has like what
I'll
10% in him.
I'll tell
Hey,
you what
I'll be
I
right
am.
back. I gotta see if she got a potty.
I'll tell All right, PC. Don't do your potty thing. I'll see you. I will tell you, I'm Greek and Salvadorian. Okay, I never consider myself white because I seen white America. I seen white Americans, and their culture is different than mine. Same thing with Peter, man. Peter is, I think he's full blown Greek, right? In I don't know if I can curse here. Can I curse here?
Yes, you can.
Man, you get them. Oh,
When I was in high school, okay, I was called a Greek spick, and I was called a dumb Greek. Throughout my whole life, College Point is where I grew up in Queens, and over there, I was called nothing but a spick. I come to Long Island, I was called nothing but a dumb Greek. To white people, I was nothing. I wasn't white. To Hispanics, I wasn't Hispanic, and to Greeks, I wasn't a Greek. So, bottom line, I'm 48 now. I see myself. No, I guess I see myself. Other people see me. I'm a white dude. Look at Peter with that Spartan guy. But
This fucking thing is
I'm
actually heavy.
I'm a white dude. Okay, but at the same time, going around, I have a business. I see my clients. I see my customers. They're going around talking about S this and S that. And I'm there, and I'm, as a Salvadorian, and these are Salvadorians that work. They're already working here, and he's calling them S's. So to say I'm white when these people don't consider me white, then to say I'm Hispanic when they consider me Hispanic. So overall, I'm going to tell you right now, I consider myself a white guy to people who don't know me. Those that do, they know that I'm Hispanic and Greek, and my culture reflects it. I don't have the American attitude. It's the same thing with you, with the blacks, man. I don't have the same attitude as you. I don't. There are a few blacks that have the same attitude as me. I like it. I think it's pretty smart because they're looking outside of the box, outside of the Americas, outside.
Time out.
No, man. So seriously, outside of the whole American way of thinking, man. Because Americans, go ahead. Before Americans, you just
okay.
saved me.
So let me say it like this. Okay, so I'm a few years older than you, right?
Really, I couldn't tell.
Right.
I'm 56 years old. I'll be 57 in February, right?
All right.
So, okay. So you my little brother. So little brother, be quiet. Okay. So
Not 10 years, man. Not 10 years.
Hey, you my little brother, man. Listen, I had to take your ass to the park. So listen up, little brother.
No,
So-
you gotta take your brother to the park. You didn't have to take me. I already
I
been to
know.
that park.
It's a metaphor, man. It's
I
not
understand what you're saying, but
reality.
You gotta understand that when I was 14 years old, man, I took the Q44 from Queens. I went to the Bronx because my cousins lived there, and I used to watch the hookers walk the street at the cemetery because we had a monument business there, which the Italians trashed. But that's a whole other story. So I was there. I was going to the Bronx, 13, 14 years old, taking the Q44 there, and by myself, and we used to watch. That was our fun. We used to watch the cops because back then they would shoot off rounds, warning shots, and they used to do it all the time. That was my fun. So to say that you took me to the park when I was already beyond these guys.
Hold up. When you was 14, I was 24. Your
That's
ass.
right.
So let's back it up.
I was in the same clubs as you
Okay,
were.
so let's back it. So let's back it up 4 years. When your ass was 10, I had to take you. I was old enough to take you. Is all I'm saying. Yes, you
Right,
went.
but I was old enough to take care of myself and wipe my own ass.
Despite
I
of
didn't
what
need
it listen, despite of what it was in reality, I'm speaking metaphorically. Based on the age, you had to bow down to me. I'm the big brother.
You mean grandpa,
So
right?
in context of what
No,
you were saying,
no. Because if I had to bow down to somebody like him at my age, at 14 or 15, I would have got my ass whooped. I was taught never to bow down and to do what was right. So it's a bit
are
different.
you listening?
I'm
If I
listening.
was your brother, I didn't
Yeah.
say if I was just a guy in the damn street. If I was your brother, your ass would have bowed down to me because I would have roughed your ass up in the house when
If
mom and
you were
them
my
wasn't
brother,
looking.
if you were my brother, I would have
Yes.
covered your ass. That would have been me covering your ass.
No.
Yes, yes.
Not at 10 years old and I was damn 20, I would have told you to sit your ass down
Not
and
at
listen to
that,
what mama said.
but at 16 to 25, I've been covering your ass, man.
No, I was too strong back then. And at that age, I was too strong. But
But
anyway,
Sam,
I was
Trey,
making a
hang on one
point.
second. You have to understand, Sam, one big thing with between you and Trey. You guys have two different life difference. You grew up in New York and in the hood. He grew up in the countryside, most likely. Sounds
No,
like.
hold on, groom.
I didn't grow up in the hood.
I grew up in the city
Okay.
of Louisville, Kentucky. I was a city boy. I never understood the country life because that shit was too boring. The point I was just trying to make was that as me being 10 years older, the mindset of younger African Americans in the 80s and younger whites was totally different.
Yes.
We all were able to hang out, party together,
Oh, no, we
listen
weren't.
to some of the same music. I'm
That's
talking
you.
about
That's you in
right.
Kentucky. No, when I was in Queens at 13, 14 years old, I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you what I seen at 13, 14 years old. I seen black parents telling their kids, why are you talking white? I seen uncles telling their kids, why are you talking white? Calling them Orioles and Uncle Toms. It was different here in New York. If you were black, you had to act a certain way. If you were white, you had to act a certain way. That's just how it was in the 80s, upper 80s, lower 90s here
But
here in New York.
when you come,
It wasn't. I think like
but it all depends on how you were raised.
Black, you know what I was a dumb Greek immigrant.
But it all
That's what I
depends.
was too.
It all was depending on how you were raised, though. Some parents, yes, had
Not
that
in
low
Queens.
level.
Not in Queens. It wasn't.
You hard. I can tell you was always hard headed. You was always hard headed, wasn't you?
That's the Greek part, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. I can tell your ass was always hard headed. I'm just trying to prove a point. Because if you go from New York to fucking California, there was a difference in the lifestyles growing up. And I'm 10 years ahead of what you were experiencing when you were in your early 20s. The community aspect was so great that when you did stuff 2 blocks away from home, that shit would beat you home about what you did because Miss Clara and Mr. Jones saw you doing that shit, and they would be able to contact mama or daddy because they knew him because we went to the same church. Some of us probably hung out at the same parts, same establishment, and they could tell on you, and they all expected you to represent yourself and your family totally different. It was not 10 years later as you became a young man and got out there, the shit was falling apart.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you, it's never been like that in Queens. It's never been like that.
But Queens is one city of New York.
I'm telling you, that's where I grew up. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Queens until I was 16 or 17. I came out to Long Island. I seen the differences. No, in Queens, man, you didn't know your neighbor. You probably didn't go to church with them either. You probably didn't go to church. You know what I mean?
Hey, I came from church, so watch it, my friend.
I love church. I love Christ. I don't know if you guys do, but I do. I love
So
Christ
Sam,
now.
I can speak for 95% of
Christ is
everybody
cool.
who comes on this
Let me say
panel.
that.
Most people are Christian.
Well, I don't identify as Christian. I identify as a man of God. My connection is to God, not Christ. Christ is my cousin. because he walked amongst men. He had hair like myself.
This is going to be religious. Christ is your gateway to God. He died for you.
No. He was right there walking with me. He walked with my ancestors. He walked amongst the people. God is above him. So for me, and this is my understanding, this is what's kept me sane and safe and blessed, is that I understand my connection to the highest power. It's because Jesus was a carpenter. I'm a carpenter too. I do construction. I fix shit. Jesus spoke about prosperity for all despite who they were. That's me. Despite who you are, I always believe that you can overcome whatever obstacles you can. And it's not about my life, it's about how I service others. Right. Not just, I don't believe in, I don't believe that I have to go somewhere to let you manipulate the interpretation of what you read to me so I can then put you above me based off what you read. When I can read myself.
So okay. Now, because of that, I'm sorry. I did interrupt you. My apologies.
No, I'm just saying I'm just explaining how I interpret that whole connection. Yeah. I reap what I sow. It means until I leave this earth, I have to continuously sow shit. So when I'm gone, those that are behind me will reap the benefits of what I sown together prior to. And for me, like everybody's connection is different. Everybody's understanding is different. To me, I understand that when I was younger and I was acting foolish, blessings bypassed me. I got my own self in trouble. As I started to get older and fall into my mature state of mind, the more I did to help others, despite what my issues were, I started to get blessed from that. I started to get it. And I think a lot of people, for me, just miss that because we focus on what is the hell we want. Why I didn't get that shit? Why? But what have you poured into those who are less fortunate? Think about it. Jesus spoke to those who were already in a troubled state in life. They already were struggling. He didn't go to those high up on the horse. He went to those that were living the fucking most meekest and subtle life. So when I understood that path for myself, then I started to get blessings back into my life, and the benefit just came abundantly. I wasn't expecting anything from it. I don't take people for granted. I don't try to misuse people, take advantage of people. I've always been concerned about the elderly, the handicapped. I've worked with the LGBTQ community. It wasn't about how I felt about it. It was about, hey, if you choose to live a certain way, there are certain things you have to be able to overcome, certain strategies that are non-negotiable. You have to do it a certain way. And that's just for me. Now I'm 56. I've been retired for 2 years. I don't have to do shit. I don't even have to work. I wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock every day.
God bless you, man. That's awesome.
But what I'm saying is, and this is what I push out to younger people, that despite what you went through, you still here. Now you have to make a stance at some point in your life to say, you know what? I'm going to do a complete 180 from everything that I'm comfortable with. Because when we get into a comfortable state, we tend to stay stuck in that state, and everything happening around us, we have no power of changing because we want to be comfortable. As a man, I learned I have to be uncomfortable. I haven't experienced. That's the only way you learn. Right. But a lot of people are afraid to take that chance on themselves.
They're not just afraid; they're selfish.
But some people are just afraid. They're afraid to go out into.
Now they're selfish.
You got to go to the wilderness.
I agree with both, but I will say that they're selfish because nobody wants to lose to gain. Now, let me just recap something here. You said that you're not Christian or Catholic or whatever it is. Okay. Do you believe in a pope?
In the Pope, no, I don't.
Okay. So then now we're going more so towards the Christian side. I'm not Christian. I'm Greek Orthodox. Legally, that's what I say. Legally, I'm Greek Orthodox. Now, my mother is Catholic, but she doesn't believe in the Pope either, because I think she's read the Bible. The Pope doesn't get you closer to Jesus or to God. You do. You can speak, like you said, you can speak to him when you want. You don't have to go through a pope. You don't have to go through a father. You don't have to go through a priest. You don't even have to go through a pastor. You can go through your own
meditation, my own. Yes, my own.
All right. So then now, before you said something about, it's not just about Jesus. So then you have the Trinity at that point, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm not well versed, and I've never read the Bible. I can't tell you that I'm in a position right now that gives me so many opportunities to understand God and Jesus, and God put me there because I prayed for it. But I'm not going to go into that. But now you have, before what I asked you, as far as Jesus, Jesus to me is King. Jesus is my gateway to the Father, to God. That is Jesus. Can I cut you off
1 second really fast?
So
in the Orthodox, because I'm a little more rounded with the Orthodox Bible, the Orthodox Bible says King is God. God in Christ is King. It says in the Bible.
Correct, but God is also King. The reason why they say Christ is King is because Christ is right next to the Father.
Yeah. So how will the Greeks
you have the
break
Father,
it down?
you have God, you have Jesus. They're both kings, man.
Hang on a second. We believe in the Trinity, the Holy Spirit, God, and Christ. So that's the Trinity. So those are one is not higher than the other. They're all equal. That's why we have the power of Trinity. Goddamn alcoholics I have on here tonight.
Alcoholics, nothing.
I'm gonna bless
my. Not you. I'm drinking tea, man. You're saying that's why you're on a side corner. Those two are at it right now.
I got a big bottle of grape juice. I got grape juice and Sprite.
I'm drinking tea.
Long guy and I see, huh? That's why you're arguing on
No, this is regular.
Wait, hang on.
This is regular tea, man. It's regular tea, Roman. No.
But the glass is empty. Where's the?
I don't even. Wait a minute. Well, I drunk it up. I finished it off. I don't drink like that.
Trey, hang on.
You say his glass is empty. I say, okay, because I'm a good-hearted person. I say his bladder is half full. You see how it works?
You're an asshole.
That might go plain me to be alcoholic.
Trey, hang on. Before we forget. I'm gonna hit you up one of these days. Me and Sam, hang on, Sam. Me and Sam figure out how to use the green screen on your OBS, so we have it.
You gotta go into your settings in Video Ninja and allow it.
Okay, I'll try that. But you got a white screen.
Let's get back to on topic really fast. Okay, so you guys are debating the different. Are you guys debating the different views of Christ, or the way you guys see it? That's what I'm trying to understand.
No. I think that we're all.
They're both saying that
honestly.
That you should be in control of your connection with God and your religion, basically.
I
mean,
can get
the
behind
devils
that.
are all at the churches. I mean, the devils are at the church.
At the front door, he's shaking your hand. He's shaking your hand. Yes.
I'll tell you something right now. I don't know if you guys know, but they are buying up churches left and right.
Who is?
Okay.
Buying?
Who is? The people are buying up churches left and right now. It's not people. It's actually companies and
because church is a business. It's a not-for-profit business.
They take it to shut it down. The government right now wants churches out, and they're working with corporations to get churches and these properties out of church hands and into commercial properties. If you want to get more information, but I'm telling you that's happening right now. I'm in a position that I can tell. I'll tell you guys off screen how I know this and what my position is.
Right.
But I'm not going to say it here.
Listen, half the pastors that preach don't even believe what the hell they reading anyway. There was a study done just recently into 2023 that came out. Over 50-something% don't even believe that shit. It's all just a form of control. Because
I don't want to believe that.
Okay, so
It hurts.
if I'm coming to the so-called temple of Christ and I'm bettering my relationship with him and he's giving me messages to improve my life and I'm practicing that shit, but I can't make over $60,000. I can't get a break financially. I can't own my home. It is still going up in my face, but then I won't even stand against it. I'll just go to church and pray on it. It's a form of control. The church sector is now not. I'm not saying to read. You know, when you start when you start asking me to fucking give money 3 or 4 times in a 1 2 hour session, I done gave your ass $200. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's not the church I go to. The church
That's what I'm saying. That Christian churches follow this sentiment. They got fucking ATMs in church.
Oh,
Come on, man.
I have not seen
And
that.
they try to shame you. They try to shame you into giving the preacher money, and the preacher don't even live in the community he's telling you about. Then they're acquiescing all of this LGBTQ lifestyle. That's why in the Christian churches, most of them are women.
You tell me
most of them are women now. It's a lot of men leave the church. Listen, my grandfather was a pastor for over 30-something years. He pastored 2 churches. And my grandfather and father didn't even have a relationship. Now, how is he talking about family, but he won't even come see his son who raised 7 children to be productive, worked every day? It didn't make sense to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense. Then in the church, the pastor is the say all be all. I couldn't come with a person as my personality and say, look, I have some great ideas to improve this methodology that we're trying to send out to the people. But if he don't like it, and if I don't give it over to him, then I'm just coming there to give him my wallet. That doesn't make sense to me. Half of these dudes that right,
we control over what you doing.
Exactly. That ain't no man ever gonna be in control of what I'm doing. Once I turned 21 and my daddy lost control, meaning I was old enough for him to not to have control, he ain't getting no more down. Ain't nobody getting no control over me. Nobody but God. He can take me right now. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Shoot, my church. Well, no, my former church. My aunt had been in the nursing home, whatever, because she had she had brain cancer, so she had a tumor that they found late, so she had brain cancer, and it ignited the early start of what's that thing?
Dementia.
Yeah.
Dementia.
So she's been in the hospice or nursing home, whatever. But before that, she went to this church. Our whole family has been raised in this particular church. And yet, when she passed away, they didn't want to do the funeral. The pastor didn't want to do the funeral because she hadn't been attending church. What you mean, fool?
Wow.
So hang on, Bass. Before we move up to I want to give a shout out, Alexis, and welcome on the panel, and welcome the first time on here, actually.
Yay!
Thank you.
So before we move on, Alexis, do you have anything to say on the topic we're talking about?
Well, I think maybe you should give Alexa some time for her to kind of hear us out. I don't want to put her on the spot.
She's been on the clouds with us already for a while. She's in
okay.
the back.
Alexa, my apologies. Go ahead.
Well, right now I did want to just listen to y'all because I didn't even, man, I've been so busy, but I had to go look. I was like, oh, I did get the email, and then I just clicked on the link. So I didn't look at anything else as far as the deep description.
Alexis, I'll be honest with you, I send it to you every week, by the way.
You know what? But I'm here.
That's what matters. That's what I get. I do send it to everybody, a big group chat, email, everybody.
Either way,
every week.
she's here. She's trying to
I'm
figure it out.
I'm not breaking her
So
chops for that. I'm just letting her know I
let's
do
give
it.
her some time. Let's
But,
give her some
And
time.
he
chill in
said
the back for a
breaking
minute.
my chop.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Jump in when you're ready. So,
Okay.
Bass, go ahead, finish what you were saying.
But yeah, I was just like, and see, this is why I be telling y'all I know there's a God. You know what I'm saying? Because he be keeping me out of shit.
So, I want to touch base on this really fast with you.
When
Wait, let her finish.
No,
let her
I'm
finish.
like-
Who's the host here?
Right now it's PC, man. She's talking. I want to hear what you say. She's been saved, bro. She's been saved a couple of times. This is to me. This is important. I
Well,
wanna
it's
hear.
like, how dare you? Okay, treat my aunt like this, and this whole family has pretty much built this church because every time they come to church, they would pay the tithes and give offerings. They would get 2 envelopes from my family.
The 2 envelopes.
Right, 2 envelopes. And you got the balls to come to us and be like, oh, I don't want to do this because she wasn't attending church because she couldn't. You dumbass.
He has a tumor. Like, what the?
Right. She has dementia. She don't even know where we're at. She's not talking no more. Like she's gone through the whole process of her body shutting down. I mean, the reason why she was in there so long was because of she has a strong heart. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and then
So
I
how-
wasn't even in the right mindset because normally she would be off somewhere that I didn't know where that facility was at, so I didn't really visit. But then when she was moved closer, it's like, okay, I'm visiting, but I'm also watching her die. So I stopped eating. I wasn't really sleeping because every time that I was during the moments I was up, I would be visiting with her, whatever. So I wasn't even in the right mindset to be at that church and hear some bullshit like that. So I wasn't even there. You know, I was told later what happened. So God kept me away from the situation because it would have been a whole scene, like a whole scene. Okay, acting a fool, they would have had to call 911 over my aunt. Like I was just like not in the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that's what gets me. That's what gets me about some of these churches and some of these mental facilities, like when you go see your psychiatrist and therapist and stuff like that, you run into people who don't move correctly when they're dealing with people and their emotions. Like emotions are not logical, right? So you can have a whole mess and they make things worse by how they treat the situation. And like I said, the devil's at the church, that's for sure.
So I want to touch base a little bit with this going to church thing. When it knows me personally with church, is that they want you to become a member.
I forgot. She did. Okay. Somebody got on the preacher and she did have him do the funeral.
So what bothers me with the church is I'm blessed that my church doesn't do this anymore. But to become to go to church, you got to become a member. Okay, how you become a member?
Mm-hmm.
You got to drop this money. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not going to church. That means that you're paying a membership. I should be able to walk into any church I want, pray, whatever I do. That's and all that stuff without dropping money. There was one priest I remember at a church. No against him, but he needed to take 1. He needed 2. He needed 3, but 4 collection baskets in one service. Yeah, my current priest is only 1. He will not take more than 1 out. And when he came to bless the house, he was like, he's looking at your wallet like, okay, where's my cut now? I'm dead serious. Yeah, nothing against him and like that. I don't personally think like my current Father Cosadino, he doesn't do that. He's not like no, he's not like that. He cares about more teaching you and guiding you, being your spiritual father. You see where I'm going with this?
And that makes me happy to hear that. Um, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
go for it. I was
Are
gonna ask you
you
to jump
finished
in
with?
anyway.
Um, because I was just thinking because tonight, every Wednesday night, we have a women's group, and we talk about the Bible. We just got finished reading The Power of a Praying Woman, and like the conversation of the church had came up, and after that conversation, and then listening to y'all, it has me feeling like, am I? No, I don't feel like I'm oblivious, but I asked myself that. I was like, Alexis, are you oblivious to this? And it's like, no, you're not. Like, you're not. That's the thing. You're not oblivious to this, and it doesn't. Because and I'm not saying this like I'm trying to disrespect anybody's faith or their relationship with God. Please don't take that I'm saying that. I'm just talking about my experience, Alexis. And so when I ask myself that, I'm thinking, well, because you personally, Alexis, don't go to church for people. And a lot of times I think people forget that the church itself is not the building. The church is the community and the people. Then also, because there are people in a fallen world and no one is perfect, these people are going to make mistakes. These people are going to sin. And sometimes I feel like people they put this high standard on the church because it's the church, not understanding that they are people and people are going to fall short. In our Bible, it says that we are going to fall short. And I see people falling short every day. But outside of the people that I see myself falling short a lot of times, because I'm not exempt from sin either, nor am I exempt from criticism or actually being imperfect. But the thing is, when I go to church, I don't focus on the people to an extent. As far as if I feel like people in the church are not my cup of tea, or they're not the people that I could tolerate. Because I could tolerate people. I could look. I know some people that was, and people be like, "Yo, that person, man, that person, da da da," and I'm like, "Well, that part of that person don't bother me." And then there's some things that people do, and I be like, and there's people that hang out with them, but I don't hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just you got to figure out the people that you're going to tolerate. As far as if you join a church, I do some church hopping because I like sometimes I just there's a few, it's not a few, it's like a couple, it's like two churches that I go in between, because when I'm feeling something and I want to hear a certain sermon, like the one that's up the street from my house, book chapter verse, he gonna give you the sermon, he gonna give you the breakdown, everything. I take my notes and I love it that I can always go back and read it later. But I don't let the church, I don't let the things that people are doing in the church try to bother me too much, unless it's just downright offensive. But I like church, and I like and that's what I was thinking, because it was like this the thing. I was like, Alexis, are you oblivious? And I was like, no, you're not oblivious, because you know stuff goes wrong in the church, from molestation as far as all this other stuff. But because of my faith in God, it doesn't keep me from not going to church. I told somebody not too long ago on Facebook, a girl, she's atheist. And I know she was, I picked up the sentiment from her in a sense because her son and my daughter went to the same school. And because we're a community to where a lot of the kids are all going to the same parties, so we see each other often. So it's like we become sort of friends in a way, mom friends. And so, but I picked up the sentiment she was like that, but she never said it. And then on Facebook, we had this conversation, and she brought up the church and all that, and she actually said that she don't believe. And I told her, I said, I don't go to church. Hold on. I don't go to church because of my faith. Because of my faith, I go to church. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's my point. Like, I don't let that stuff keep me from going to church. Like the fact that he pointed out, like he just had to go find another person, like that thing. I just need to go to a different church. I don't let it discourage me to where I just won't go to church at all.
Trey's hurting to talk, man.
No, I think that shows the significant difference in the way men view church and a lot of women. Men don't look at going to church as far as the people. I could give a damn about what the people are doing in the church.
I agree.
And I think women see, and that's a difference. I don't care who's on Sister Pew and all this and what they doing and how they clicky.
Right.
Most men run into a problem with the church because of the message. The message does not promote the man as the head. That's
why you go to a different church.
But listen, it's not about going to a different church because they all do that. All of them preach from the King James Version, and all of them teach the feminist mindset to make the man less inferior, because there's no way that the word can tell women to wait in their prime years. Some women wait 40 years and still have not moved at all in building the foundational thing that makes us as people grow, and that is family.
You ain't going to the right church.
But I don't go. Listen, that's why I don't go, because
but I'm saying Pastor Gino Jenkins, there's pastors out there like him that is even Benny Hinn. He may be faking healing people, but he do not promote that type of stuff.
Pastor Gino Jenkins ain't in every town and ain't in every city. But
you can connect, and you just got to learn how to network.
But I don't. But why? People. Okay, so let me ask you this: do I need to connect to him to get to God?
Look, I'm going to tell you the truth and cut the bullshit.
No, but community is important. Community is important, and that's biblical.
But my community,
because the man makes the proper decisions to take care of the family, the future, the house, the kids, the food, everything. If you look, man, I'm not saying the men are superior. I'm not saying that, but I will tell you that throughout the relationships I've been in, if I let the woman, I'm sorry for cursing, but if I let the woman lead, okay, there isn't a future, because it was for the here and now. It was for what I wanted. This is her speak, for what she wanted, and she spent the money. She lost the money. The future is gone. Everything is gone. The man, look, man, I didn't feed myself. I fed my wife or my girlfriend and my daughter. I fed my family first. I didn't clothe myself. I clothed them. Now, if the roles were reversed, I can tell you right now, the woman would clothe herself first, and then the family. It doesn't no. The man is in charge because he puts himself last by choice. The woman puts herself first by choice, and the family is degraded. It's gone. If anytime you're leading a family, if you're leading the family, if I'm going to lead the family, you know what sucks? I am last in my family. I'm last. I'm last to eat. I'm last to clothe. I'm last to have fun. I'm last to go out. Everybody else benefits. I am the last to benefit. I benefit You know when I benefit, man? I
And
benefit.
everybody else
I
is happy.
sit back and I see everybody happy. I see my daughter happy. I see my wife happy. I see my girl. Oh shit! I did my right job. Now I'm happy. I still don't have my clothes. I still don't have my fortune. I still don't have anything, but my family has it. Oh, I'm happy. Now you give that job to a woman, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Now, it may be tough for you to hear here, but to me, it's the truth that I've lived my whole life for, man. I worked for my family my whole life. And I can tell you right now, my girlfriend, my wife has never. I can tell you that I can look at my friends' wives. They've never worked for their whole family. I've seen my friends, my male friends, they gave up everything for their family. Women don't do that. And it's just the way it goes. It's
Not
just the way it
all
goes.
women.
That's why you
Not
have
all
Adam
women.
No,
and Eve. No. I'm gonna
definitely no sister.
But not all. But not all.
Not all.
I'll say,
Not
but
all,
not
but I'm
all.
gonna tell you most, and that's why right now family is failing because.
But can I also interject, because I want y'all to understand, community is biblical, and at the same time, if you really want to have because it's biblical and it's in tune for you to have a relationship with God,
Do
as far as
women
having
lead that
that community. Hold on,
Do women
but
lead
Sam, hang
that
on, let
biblical
her talk.
community?
Let
Do
her
women
talk.
lead that?
but
But they don't.
so it is. But I'm saying, like, and when we're going off a biblical principle, and I've said it before, and on all type of platforms, I'm not a fan of women preachers or pastors or nothing like that. I'm not on that
I
type of
actually
thing
agree on
because
that.
yeah, and I actually do not promote that type of thing. So if it's going on in the church, then it's not biblical, and I'm not around it, and I'm not at those churches that are around it. Bodie Bachman, Trey, look him up. He's a good pastor as well, and he's biblical. And even then, he talks about how when women are in charge, things like don't go good. Like, and
So
that's
Oh, things go
biblical,
great. Let me
and it
tell you
doesn't
something.
make me
No,
feel
you're
any type
wrong.
of way about it.
You should feel robbed by that truth because that's a
Why?
falsity. Because men carry the women in their relationships. Men carry the children in their relationships. Men work their asses off 60, 80, 120 hours a week. Shit, men work 26 hours a day. That's
But
a
why should
fact.
I feel robbed acknowledging that truth? That
Because you're being told that women lead it. Then that's a falsity. It's wrong.
no,
I'm
no,
telling
no,
you right
no.
now,
I
95%
wasn't
of the
told.
time,
I was
women do
not
not
told
lead it.
that.
Men lead it.
I was not told that. I read the Bible, and the Bible doesn't. No, that's why I just said that I don't believe in women pastors. I'm not the hurrah for that. I wasn't like, no, that's not what I believe. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel robbed of that. Like, that's not what I said. Did y'all hear me say anything that was
No, that's not
promoting
what
that?
she said at all.
No,
All
that's
right.
not what you said.
Trey,
I
give me
mean,
something.
no,
See,
listen. Okay,
you ready, man?
listen. I totally understand her sentiment, and listen. For me, again, as I stated before, me directly, I go. I'm going straight to the source of power for me. I don't need nobody to read nothing to me that I went to school to read and learn how to read. And if I don't understand it, I go look it up to get a better understanding of it. And I try to apply those things to my life. I don't read it just to say, oh, I know this and I can recite it. One thing I learned about the Bible early in my life is that it's a great priority to go and apply it to your life. You
And
have
then
to
you're not a
apply those.
Christian, Trey. Then you're not a Christian.
I
Then
don't
you
have
just
to be Christian because Christians are the most judgmental.
okay. Well, that's
And
fine. I'm just
but
saying that's fine.
but you can't say I'm that there when I say what my belief is. It's not about whether it's okay or not. For me, the experience that I have, they are the most judgmental, and they're the first ones to always try to say, "I I know this, but I'm human." Listen,
Who's
you
that?
make a mistake if you try to. It's like you trying to walk up the stairs and you don't hold on to the rail. and you slip. Okay, you made a mistake. But when you continuously come back and say, not you, Alexis. Don't think I'm talking to you. I'm talking past you and past. But if you
Your
continue to
older
come back and
text, in other
say,
words.
I'm not gonna fucking hold the steps. But when I fall, it's somebody else's fault. I don't take accountability for me. And this goes with, and unfortunately for
Oh,
us in the black
oh, that
community,
sounds
it
like
goes
you're
with
speaking
the
about
both.
women.
It goes to
Yes,
men
sir.
and women in
It goes
our
both ways. That one
community
I would agree on. It goes both ways on that one because I
because
seen it too.
we try to use our poor decision making as mistakes. That's just not a mistake.
It
That's a
it does not
choice.
it does not go
That's a
both ways.
choice.
In
So,
any community, it does not go both ways.
but
It
but
does.
uh, but what I'm saying is a mistake is something if I don't know and I mess up and what I'm saying I didn't fall just in math. I'm doing math. Okay, I made a mistake. I forgot to fucking put the decimal point in the number. Okay, I messed up. But if I'm being taught the correct way or understand the correct way and I choose not to put that fucking decimal, that's not a mistake. That's a decision that I'm making. That's a choice that I'm making to pull myself further and further away from the truth. And I think sometimes, just in these spaces, especially recently, that the church, it should represent the community the old way it represented the community, because any issues we had in the community we would bring it to the church, and for the most part the man of the community would congregate about it and they would come up with a solution to fix it moving forward. Unfortunately, the churches in the communities today, they bring people together, they don't talk about the real issues, and they don't stand as one voice to fix the issue. You paying pastors $120,000, and them motherfuckers are still asking for more money. They're not putting no money in the building fund. The building got the same raggedy tiles. They not putting money in Sister Clara, who's on her deathbed, and they saying, "Oh, we can pay her bills until she leaves us. Her time is short. Let her enjoy that." We got children that need emotional assistance. It's so many ways the church can play itself in the community. They buying up the properties, but they don't put nothing into the community. You got young men and young women who are out there walking around past the church, but they don't go speak to them and say, "Hey, this is where you are. However, you can move to a better space if you are willing to understand the word as it pertains to you and how you can get better." That's my only push. I don't people look, like I said, my grandfather was a pastor for 35 years, but he never came to visit me growing up. So how can you preach family, but you're not even practicing it? Did I hold it against him? No. It helped me understand better. Life is about the choices I make, how I position myself with God directly. Again, Jesus walked with me. He was my cousin. He would have told me, "Hey, Trevor, this is where you are. This is where you can get better through me. Listen to me. And then when I tell you the pathway, you go practice that shit in your life and you will go directly to him. You will pass me up." So when they killed him, they killed me too. When they denigrate him, they denigrate me too. That's just my understanding. And my tides is that it was first based off farmland. We farmed, we took our share, we bought the community share to the middle. Everybody bring their specialty of what they farmed, and then we would divvy it out for those less fortunate. Now it's about how much money you bringing. I'm putting up in my 25 bins, and you just got off the bus. That shit don't make sense to me. That's just me. So I digress.
The only thing I want to say to add that to Trey, everybody's personal experience is different, and their personal experience they can take it differently. Like you took it one way, and somebody else, let's say John, for example, had a same life experience, same way, grew up exactly, but he went on a different direction, and that can happen. You were one of the few people I can say, okay, you lived the life, like you said. You had somebody, your grandfather, right? Was it? So your grandfather lived it, he was and everything, and you still didn't go south. You still went, you stayed the course. a lot of times that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, a lot of people go the other way. They get off course, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But however, listen, I got off course sometime, but I still understood that when I was off course, it was my own decision making. It was my own following. I wasn't following the truth of what the word was. I was making, oh, well, yeah, I know that, but however, I want to do this. And I
Yeah, yeah,
realized I kept running into brick walls. But at some point, if you want that lifestyle to change and you want to be better, you have to sort of walk in that despite what other people think. And I damn sure don't give about what care about what other people feel. It's about what's truth, what's righteous, and what makes fucking sense. Because the Bible's supposed to give you sense. You get it's telling you what to do. Don't
And
mistreat
I get what
people.
you're saying with that. I'm not
Don't cheat on
disagreeing with
people.
that. What
So
I was just saying is some
You
people.
you
Hang on back. Some people experience are different and might take it. You might went one left, he went right. That's all I'm saying. Baz, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that Christians have a disgusting history of being disrespectful to other people that don't move their way.
yeah,
And
That is facts.
you're saying
Unfortunately,
like
Whoa,
I
whoa,
just
always
whoa,
say,
we'll
hold on.
clarify what their way is.
Well,
What is
what,
you talking about? The Bible? You talking about God?
I'm talking about other religions, right? Everybody has their own culture and history and things of that nature. I mean, some of the worst wars have been over religion. It's like you had no right. You're supposed to preach the word, and whoever comes to you comes to you. It's not.
You talking-
It's not. Christianity does not give you the right to kill people. Okay, it
No,
doesn't give you the right
but so does
to
a Muslim. Look, you're going back in
also.
history. If you
Hold
look at
on.
today, you'll find that Muslims are killing Christians. You'll find that many other groups are killing Christians. So it's different. At that time, okay, I agree. The Crusades and all that.
Yeah.
I get it. But now we're in the present. Okay, we don't
Well,
do that
now you
anymore.
got people. Now you got people. Let's see. I was on Instagram and I saw this video of. I want to say it was a Muslim woman giving a speech or whatever. They had the podium or whatever, right? It's outside, and you see this white lady, and she's like, she looks odd, okay, because she looks like she's about to do something, and she creeps around and gets on the mic and Christianity and blah blah blah. Bitch. Okay.
I didn't hear nothing about what she said, so it's hard for me to call her a bitch. But I didn't hear nothing.
Right, but I saw it, right, and so this is my thoughts, right. You didn't pay for no time here. They're not instigating
What
no
was it that
fight.
she did that made you call her or think of her as a bitch? What was it? For
Basically,
example,
just saying that these people were the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's two types of Muslims. You know what I'm saying? There's the Muslims that attack people, and there's the peaceful Muslims.
to me, they're both the same. I don't know how it's any different to my religion. I don't agree
the
with.
difference is one is aggressive, one is peaceful. That's the difference.
Oh, okay. Do you know any Muslims?
That's I know a few.
So there can't be any peaceful Christians?
Oh, most Christians are peaceful,
I mean,
but most Muslims are willing to kill for their religion. That's where, it's a bit different,
so I want to add a little bit here.
But
I want to pick you guys' brains for a minute.
I'm talking about the ones who use that as an excuse.
But that's most Muslims.
You know what I'm saying? Like
to me, it's the Christians. Christians don't have an excuse. Christians aren't supposed to do that.
What?
Christians aren't supposed to kill now, and we don't go killing in the name of God. We don't do that. We try to turn you,
but you still like they already had they paid for this space, okay? to have their whatever conference they were having. And she comes and steals the mic and stuff, and it's just it's a bullying way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like
that was a poor taste.
It's disgusting.
Let me ask you guys a question really fast. With the whole war going on down in Israel right now, do you guys consider that a religion war?
Huh?
In Israel, that was going on with the war right now. Do you think that's a religion war, or is it more over a politics bullshit?
It's religious, man. What are you talking about?
I'm just wondering. I know that. I'm asking you guys that now.
No. For me, it's straight up religious. Of course, it's religious.
Yeah,
of course, it is.
Bass, what do you think?
But the fact is that you can take religion out, and then you can say, what group is going to kill the other group without instigation? That would be the Muslims. Not that that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. The Muslims are there. They have so many rules. They have 146 points in the Bible, 146 times in their Bible, where they call for killing of non-Muslims. You'll never find that in the Christian Bible. You'll never find that there because that's not what we do now. So that's why there's a difference.
It's the reason why I asked this question. So I used to work with a guy. His name was Saeed. So Saeed argued with me. I mean, literally, almost getting screaming matches. I almost laid his ass out too. He's saying, as a Muslim, he believes more in Christian than a Christian does.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him like, no, you don't. So he goes on. I know a few friends who are Christian. I had this same conversation. Before I get too deep in that story, Sam, do you think Muslims believe more in Christian than Christians do?
Absolutely not, man. This is a guy who's talking to Christians who don't really believe in the Christian faith. He's talking to Christians who believe in transsexuals, who believe in lesbians and gays. This is something that I'm going to get to in the channel, maybe that you don't like, but Muslims don't like that, and then they see Christians or Catholics mainly accepting all these things, and of course they see a problem. But the fact is that real Christians see a problem with it as well. Not that we're gonna kill them like the Muslims would, because we're not gonna kill them, but we will try to set them straight and tell them, look, man, this isn't the way of God. To go there and be a diddler. You guys hear what's happening with P. Diddy, man. To go there and be a diddler, that's not the way of God. It's not the way of Jesus. It's not. And the Muslims already know it, and they call it out quickly. Catholics here in the United States, they have a problem. No. We're going to lose money. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose that. Mm-hmm. And then same thing with some Christians, okay? But then you have the Christians who are really Christian and say, you know what? No, we don't believe in Pope. We don't believe in this. You want to get to God? You just pray, man. You pray at your house. You pray in your room. You pray in your car. That's your way to God. No, we don't believe.
The way God to Christ.
Exact. Yes. Amen to that. Amen. Amen. I'm going to look at you right now. Amen.
But you know what? I hope I like if this, and the only reason why I said that because I did, and it wasn't right for her to jump up there and interrupt what they were doing. That's not right. But right. I mean, that's not right on all levels. Kanye West jumping up there on Taylor Swift was not right.
Right.
Okay.
He was a grown man.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like it's not extra not right because it was a Christian. It was just not right. However, and I said that because I'm not gonna lie, beautiful animated. When you said that there was a peaceful one, your voice softened with that. You were like, and there was a peaceful one. It's like we could be.
That's because the thing is, there's Muslims who don't believe in killing.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying, we're peaceful.
So I'll use a better example. I'm sorry, I got you off.
But I didn't want to go that extreme. I didn't want to go that extreme as far as killing. When I was saying peaceful, as in there's some of us who know how to approach people in the I hate the sin, not the sinner. You know what I'm saying? There's some Christians that be out there. Oh, you're gonna go to hell and da 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 da, and you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
can feel like I can tell you, like, hey, I'm worried about your soul, man. Like, and I'm working on myself. I don't want to go to
Right.
hell for what I've fallen short of. I don't want you to go to hell either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know
Right.
how to,
There's a difference between like,
yeah.
hey, I feel like you're on this path because of this, that, and the other, and you're going to hell. Because the thing is, you're immortal. Okay. God has the last say. Is how I look at it. So, I can't tell you that you're going to hell, but I can, depending on who you are and what you've done, I can be like, hey, I hope you go to hell. But that's as
No,
far as
but
it
hold
is.
on, but that's
That was
why we
pretty
have the
extreme
Bible.
there.
That's why look, no, but hold on, let's just put it like this. Like there's the 10 commandments. The
Yeah.
10 commandments tell you what to not do. And those are and then when you break in the 10 commandments, that is sin. And the wages for sin is death. And after that, and with that death, you will go to hell if you're in sin like that. But so that's what I'm saying. I'm not judging you, telling you that you're gonna go to hell just off the saying, well, y'all know Kansas City Chiefs is my favorite team. And since you don't believe, you going to hell. Like, no, I'm not telling you like that. I'm telling you off the standards, which is the 10 that is in the book that Moses came off the mountain with a man. And okay, so I'm telling you that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling a fairy tale of you going to hell. I'm telling you, if you keep having sex with his wife, you going to hell. Don't do that.
Alexis, you know what? You know, in that capacity, as far as the commandments, I agree with you. But here's the question I ask everyone on this panel regarding that: has any of you all ever lied on somebody?
I like, yeah, of course. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Okay, okay, listen, okay. So based off that,
Sam,
then
you right.
we already predestined for the doom. We already predestined. Now,
See, that's my thing. Like,
but
No,
here's the
that's
we
where
don't have the
Jesus
final
comes
say.
in.
no, hold on, hold
That's
on, hold on. But see, that's what I'm
All
saying.
right, one at a time,
We,
guys.
what I mean, I'm just trying to prove a point. We
Sam, you're
can't,
muted, dude. Nobody
we
can hear what you're
can't,
saying.
we can't. I'm muted.
No, Sam, Sam.
No, we can't, as adults, because I start this process as far as the 10 Commandments and really understanding how to move in society, in the world, and amongst men and amongst women at a certain age in life. A kid lied the fact that they said little Tommy threw the rock and Tommy didn't. That kid is not bound for hell. No. But as a young adolescent, maybe 16, 17, 18, you start to come into a better understanding of reason. And even then, there could be things that, okay, you lied at 6. I mean, and especially when you really giving, outside of lying on somebody at that age, you ain't doing a whole lot of the other sins. Maybe steal something, but even then, I think that there is a chance that you can still have salvation based off how you move and groove with people once you have control of your life. Meaning, once you leave mama and daddy and you out walking the streets or the countryside and you're meeting people from around the world, different walks of life, male and female, I think that's where your record starts. That's where your record starts. And how you move from that point can determine or predestine your final resting place. I don't think nobody else
I
can
don't no,
determine that.
Trey, nah,
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be rude. But at this point, and from what you said previously, it sounds like you trying to make your own God in a way. We do
No, I'm not.
know.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
no,
not trying
no.
to
Because
listen. I'm speaking for
that's why
me.
we have the Bible.
I'm not
That's why
trying,
we have the Bible. And the
but even
Bible,
in the Bible, but listen, even in the Bible, that's what I'm saying. As a man, I can go to the Bible. A 21-year-old, 18-year-old can go to the Bible today and read the Bible word for word, front to back, and understand that passage, understand that story, and follow that story throughout their life. They're still going to come to an age of reasoning where they're going to have to go both biblically and humanely. And when they get to that point in life, that can determine how great their life and fulfilling and satisfied. Because again, men, we looking for satisfaction based off our legacy, the children, the grandparents, that's our capacity. It has nothing to do with money at all. If we happen to get some money, then guess what? Everybody within our family, our lineage is going to be protected in that capacity based off the money. Now, I'm just saying, as far as having an open book, you have as an individual, because you just said, your final destination, if you break some of those laws and commandments by God, that you go to hell. You said that, right? But what I'm saying is, and you making a predestination for people, I'm not. What I'm saying is, for me and anybody, when you get to that point in life, you follow certain rules of life and you follow certain biblical rules. Those things will propel you to be great in mind, body, and spirit, is all I'm saying. I
Yes, and I
can't
think
say what you do.
I'm not,
I don't
I think
judge
what
people
Trey's
on
trying
I'm
to
what
not
say
they do.
predestining
is that really
nothing. I'm
simple,
not
man.
predestining nothing.
God is
It's
fair.
in the Bible. It's in the
Jesus
Bible.
is fair. No, it's in the Bible. But the thing is that, you know what, you have. No, man. I think what Trey's trying to say is really simple. Jesus is fair. God is fair. You're going to go through your trials and tribulations, and then you come up, you learn, and you know what Jesus is going to say. You know what, you didn't accept me then, but I see your heart now, and I see where you're going, and I'm going to accept you. So I think that's what Trey is saying, and that's what I believe too. Because, man, you have. I mean, come on, man. Look at the saints. Okay, a lot of the saints were sinners. You know, as Trey was saying before, he didn't see the rich and the wealthy. He seen the deprived and the dude. These were, I hate to say this, but these were the horrors of the time, and that's where Jesus came. He went to that place. You know what I mean? And he saved them. But that's because he's seen their heart. No. I'm not tripping.
No,
Do you know how many people I know who have not met Jesus? Let me tell you something. No. You have Muslims, you have Indians, you have Buddhists. Okay, these people don't know Jesus. Now, they never met Jesus. So you're telling me that Jesus is the kind of person that's going to say, no, I don't want them in my kingdom. But I'm going to say, but Lord, you never gave them a chance. They never knew you. He's going to say, too bad. They're going to hell. No. At this point, because the Bible says Jesus and God is a fair God, he's going to judge them by their heart at this point. Okay, they may not be up to the same level as me, who I accept Jesus. And you know what? They could also be ahead of me because they did better than me. You know what I mean?
So, Lexus, what you saying is, I want to make sure I understand you. Are you saying that people are predestined? You think people are predestined in they final resting as far as their life?
And I'll answer all this right now. It's biblical. As far as even if the people that don't know, say all the depending on you being not conscious, like the people in let's say in some far off country that is ignorant of Christianity and they had no.
Alexa,
I'm explaining this.
Ain't no people in this earth right now that you know of have no understanding of Christianity.
If you would let me explain, thank you. I'm gonna tell you.
But related to real context,
if you're not brought up with because there are some people that are not aware of Christianity. There are some places that are not aware of Christianity. So it is biblical. If you're not aware, no, God is not saying, oh, y'all gonna go to hell because y'all didn't know me. No, because they didn't know him. They're not going to go to hell. They're not going to go to hell. And just like a child, if a child is doing something that he is not knowledgeable of, that as being a sin, then no, they're not going to go to hell. But if you're knowledgeable of these wrongs and you continuously to do it without repentance, and when you repent and you're convicted, it should make you not want to continue to do that same sin. And then that sin, once you're finally able to conquer that, and then that next sin, and you get convicted of that, and you keep changing and getting into God's word and doing what he tells you you're supposed to do, you are eventually not going to want to do those things. So that's what what do you mean? Like you so that's something. Let me break it down like this. So if you break the law, there's laws. If you continuously break the law, and I tell you, Trey, if you keep stealing, you know that's breaking the law. You are going to go to jail. That's what I'm saying.
But
In
I
that
said
same
that.
context,
But I
if you
said that.
continuously to sin, yes, you are going to go to hell.
But
Like,
okay. But what I'm saying is, you saying everything I'm saying. I said that when you come to a point, it's just like saying a person that
nah, Trey,
continuously
we're not saying
smokes.
the same thing.
Look,
We're
that's
not.
just like you saying a person that continuously to smoke crack, because the law, the human law deems it unlawful. The human law, what the man has put on other men, makes it unlawful. But in God's law saying that at some point, this walking person who is full of toxins made by man can say, I rebuke that shit. I rebuke that devil's poison.
Amen.
And I'm going to start over. And that from that point on, they spend their life giving
Amen.
back to the people. You saying that after that person spends the next 35 of their years building people's lives, may even build their life based on human wealth?
That's not what I'm saying. Where are you getting this from? I'm
Based
not
on what you're
saying that.
saying. You
I
said
did
if a
not
person
say that you were
listen,
predestined.
listen.
If they,
You said if
I
a
did not say that.
you said if a person continuously commits a crime, that they're going to hell. That's what you said.
I said if you right, but I said, but also what I said was, if you have a relationship with God and you're building a relationship with God, you should not want to continuously to do that
But
crime.
if a person
That's
does
the
that,
thing.
but we
What are you
hold
talking
on,
about?
listen.
No,
If
no,
a
you're
person
wrong.
continues to
You're
do that,
wrong.
they don't
Let me
have a
say something.
relationship with God. That's
No,
not a
no,
If
yes,
they
relationship
you
don't
with
have
do.
a
God.
Yes,
relationship
you
with God,
do.
they're
All
not going
right,
to go to hell. God does not punish
let's
those
back
who
off a
are
second here,
ignorant.
guys.
God does not punish those who are ignorant.
No. Let me tell you something, man. You wanna build a relationship with God. It doesn't come up that easy, man. I am full of sin. Today I'm full of sin. I'm full of needs. Okay, in my own head. Okay, but I have a relationship with God, and God is telling me, don't do this, don't do that, and I fight it every day, and I fight sin every day. Do I commit sin every day? No. Do I commit sin once a month, twice a month, 5 times a year? Yes. But I am building my relationship with God so that I become a better person. God is here to show me, and He's going to smite me. Now, you're going to say, how is He going to smite me? He's going to smite me financially. He's going to screw things up. No, He's not going to do that. I'm going to do that because I'm not in the right path if I'm building my relationship with God. So, yes, I can build my relationship with God, and yes, I can still be in sin. It doesn't mean I'm with Him yet, but it means I'm building my relationship with Him,
But
and I'm
you should
learning.
not be in. You should be, man. I
You
don't
can't say
know.
No,
what
man.
But we
You
not
know
on the
what?
same page. I'm
What I
not saying
see,
people are predestined to go to hell.
what I see is
It-
a woman throwing. What's that saying? You shouldn't throw stones at a glass house or something like that. This is what I see here. You know, you're calling the kettle black is what I see, because I can pretty much guarantee that you are not without sin, that you have sin, that
that's
you have
not
urge,
what
that
I'm
you have thought.
saying, y'all. I don't know what.
Okay,
Like
but you're
that's not
still
what I'm
building your
saying at all.
relationship. If you are without sin and with God, you are a saint. And
No,
humans are not
that's
like.
not what I'm saying. I'm so confused on how y'all
All
adding
right, so
one
what are
plus
you
one
saying? What are
equals
you saying?
4. That's not what I'm saying. No, nobody is, and that's why there's Jesus. That's
What
why you're able to ask for forgiveness, because God knows that you're not going to
that's
not
supposed to be?
sin. But you have to be. You have to be like, if I do something wrong, I ask God for forgiveness. And I try not to continue to do that wrong thing
But do
because
you
I have a
continue?
relationship with God. How does that not make sense to y'all?
But
No,
do
no,
you
that makes
continue?
sense.
But do you continue to do those things that you
Oh,
ask for forgiveness for?
right.
Yes
I
or no?
try not to do the
No,
same
do you?
thing.
No. But
No.
what I'm saying is, even some, and listen again, this is the difference from a man thinking and a woman. You're a younger woman than me, which means your understanding is going to develop. When you get 56, you'll probably be like, damn, some of that shit I was saying wasn't right. Some of that shit that I was saying was right. That's how life works. Because some shit that I'm saying today, I couldn't say at 32. I couldn't say it. So as you go through life and you start see things for the truth, once you see
Liability.
things for the truth, once you see things for accountability, and this is not to you, this is to people. This is for myself. I was full of sin. We all are full of sin, but we all are full of gifts too. We all are full of grace too. And as you go through life in your cup, when you spill over sin, your graces go down. And when you give back grace to other people despite their faults, when you
I don't see women doing that.
When you giving grace to just I don't know, just in your life experience, everybody, and when you do the work to continue to receive God's graces, then your sins start to diminish. And you're pretty soon, if you at a person, especially, and this is why, because I help a lot of young people try to understand it, because a lot of young black folks don't understand religion and Christ at all. So I try to help them to understand that you being the human, that's where your sin starts, as the flesh. Because when you think like a man on the human earth, you are damn near, it's like you are tempted by the things of what you see. We saw Adam and Eve saw each other naked. So what did they do first? They started making babies, and we've been doing that since the beginning of time. The sin and the devil from a human said, okay, women, y'all can sell y'all bodies. The sin and the devil of humans said, I can use other humans to work for me. But the grace of me being, even as slaves being subjugated to the evil of slavery, their grace with God got them through that whole ordeal. Their grace put our lives today in a position to have these liberties, and what little they are being in America, be the best we could be today. Listen, it's my last story. I got a best friend, right? And you tell me this dude was out of jail for drugs, stealing, no child support for 25 years, right? 25 years. He got 3 felonies as of May 1st, 2024. One of my best friends. He the reason I joined the army, but he was on some old devil shit. Well, meaning, me and him talk about it, where he was out selling drugs to the police. I didn't know nothing about it. So I found out after I joined the army. Yeah, it's my best friend. His father was a pastor. When I met him, since he was a kid. So he come into his adult life, making babies, baby daddy. He got 8 children. He sold drugs to the police. He did all this, right? Got 3 felonies. We talk. He gets out of jail finally. We talk. Me understanding, trying to be righteous, looks, brother, here's what you can do. You got to find something to do 5 years. You know what he did? His ass went back to school, because we had met in college. He got his master's degree 5 years ago. He worked for the city that used to lock him up. All of his debt is now gone. He has a master's degree at 50 something years old.
What is the point of this, Trey?
The point is this. Despite him kept going back and making those dumbass decisions for 20 years, at some point, all that shit turned around. Now he's 10 years. He's far better than most people you hear on these YouTube streets talking about the money.
Right. Is he doing what he did? Is he doing what he did anymore?
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's right. Exactly.
But everybody stops.
But that's what I'm saying. So you're supposed to try. That's what the God is supposed to do for you.
Most people do. The people that don't stop.
No, it's not what a God's supposed to do for you. You're supposed to do it yourself. Let me tell you something, man.
Oh no, y'all tripping.
No.
I don't
I'm gonna tell you
know. I
this.
don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna let y'all talk, but y'all
Well,
tripping.
good.
Nah,
Y'all
you
tripping.
tripping. You
You're
can't
gonna
say
run
we
away.
tripping. You tripping.
Don't run away.
You
Then.
No,
tripping.
because
I'm gonna
it
tell you
ain't
this
no.
right
How
now.
you gonna talk
I'm gonna.
about you're supposed to do it yourself? Nah,
You are. You
no.
supposed to do the
Oh,
work
if you were a
yourself based
man,
off
you
of
would
understanding
understand that.
what you read and
No, I'm
heard and
sorry.
did.
If
Right.
you were a man, let me tell you something, man. Men take
That's why I
responsibility.
never follow
Women
women. You
run
better
away
follow
from
women.
responsibility. When a man goes
You
to
ain't think
church, you
about
know what he
follow
does?
women.
He cries. When a man goes to church, he cries. He cries for his family. He cries for everything, and then he tries to make it up, and he works harder. When a woman goes to church, she blames everyone, not herself, and she doesn't take responsibility. No, that's a fact. I dare
That's
you.
not a
I
fact. That's an
dare you.
opinion. That's a
No. It's a
fact.
fact. I
Not an
dare you.
opinion.
I dare you to take responsibility like a man because you can't do it. You can't take
You
care of
don't
the
have
family.
to take. It
That's
don't
why I
take
throw
a
in women
man
in
to
You
take
churches
have
now.
responsibility.
As a
You don't have to
That's
be
why
man,
I
a
throw in
man to
women in
take
church.
responsibility.
as a man, you do. Otherwise, the woman will be single and she'll be taking her own shit and
Oh
whatever
my
she has to do.
goodness, whose
You know what's
man's
funny?
is this?
No. This is the truth, man.
Boss,
Because
boss,
everything. Let me tell you something.
boss.
No. Let me finish.
Nah,
Let me.
you
No.
hear him? You got to
I,
be a man to take responsibility.
no, I never
Beautifully
said that.
animated.
I never
That
said
ain't
Beautifully
what
that.
he
What I
said
animated.
there.
said.
Okay, but
What
that's
I
what I'm
said.
saying. You don't. You just said that I
But you're
guarantee you a
passing the
woman
buck.
won't take responsibility.
But
She goes to church and
you,
blame
I'm talking
everybody
about
else.
you. I'm talking about you. You're
Y'all do it
passing the
outside of
buck,
church. Come
lady.
on now.
You're
Stop it.
passing the
Stop
buck.
it.
No.
Stop it.
You're passing the buck, man.
I'm
No,
not.
no.
How
I
am I
dare
passing the
you.
Oh,
buck?
guys,
I
chill
dare you.
out.
Hold
Chill out
on,
for a
hold
minute.
on. No, not chill. I dare you to go to church and take responsibility like a man. I dare you to go to church and say, "Oh
What
Lord,
is
I failed my family." I
responsibility
did
like
this.
a
What
What
makes you
man?
think she
responsibility?
doesn't take responsibility?
All right.
It's
Hang
No,
on.
not
You
not
that.
like
take
a man.
What
Not like
responsibility
a
makes
man.
like
you
a
A
think she
man,
doesn't
man.
take
a man takes
accountability?
responsibility of the whole family and everything else,
I'm
and
not
make sure
saying her
everybody's surviving
specifically.
and good. You ladies, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
he
sorry. I don't
is.
see
He
that.
just
Okay.
said, I'm talking to her specifically.
But I am talking to her
Well, he was
specifically.
having a
If she
conversation
was
with her
taking
back and forth.
responsibility, you know what? She could answer the questions like not like a man, but like a person who takes responsibility. Okay? No. What's going on in your life and how come things went wrong? And I can tell you right now, as a man, I can say things went wrong in my life because I did not take responsibility and I didn't take lead. I never heard a woman say that. And so far, both you ladies, and I'm sorry,
But
I don't
what?
want
But
to,
what was there
but
said
you
to where we
didn't
needed to take
because you
responsibility
Not
on
didn't
something?
take
entertaining the
lead.
shit. Is what
Men take
I'm
lead
not
and
entertaining
men
this.
will
Okay.
devote
Sam,
half
hang
their
on.
life.
No,
No. Men will
hang on.
give up.
Hang on.
Men will give up their life.
Okay.
He
Hold
done
up.
muted.
No,
He
no,
done
we
muted
do
it. Y'all
not.
why?
We do not do that to the host. We do not do that to the host ever.
What's going on here?
Wait,
Right.
the host,
You
the
didn't.
creator,
The man did, but you
I
guys
don't
kicked
care.
him
When
out.
we speak,
Uh,
we be quiet.
Shit.
When the host speaks, we are silent. When he says hold up, we hold up.
All right. So I know this woman personally pretty well, I think. I know
I've
Bass.
never seen a woman
Hang on,
take charge.
Sam.
Never seen a woman take responsibility, bro.
All right. Now that he's muted, I can talk. So I know these women really well. All right. They do take responsibility for themselves. All right. So just hear me out, Sam, before you go off the edge. You don't need to go off the edge. Just hear me out, dude. I know both of them. My mother takes responsibility. She's hard-headed. She won't agree. She won't admit it at first, but she will.
Your mother didn't pay for the house. Your mother didn't get the house, bro. Am I still muted? Okay,
you're on.
it's your mother. I love your mother. I know your mother for 30 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
She didn't pay for the house. She didn't take care of the house. She didn't work for the house, bro. I get it. She did her part for you because you love her. That's wonderful. But when facts come down and you got your own family, your mother didn't do that. Your father did. That's a fact.
Actually,
your father
they
set your
worked
mother up.
50-50 on
Your
that,
father
actually.
set your mother up for what you have now. Whatever happened in between was different, but
Yeah.
your father set this up. Okay? The man set this up. And I can tell you right now, for any women here, the man set them up. That's a fact.
All right. Calm down.
I'm done. I'm good.
I see your smoking comes out of your ear. I
No,
want to say,
man.
hang on. Before we get,
No,
I
not
want to
yet, baby,
shout out
not yet. It
Lost.
comes out my
He's in the
mouth.
chat. Yo, Lost, what's going on, my man? All right. So, from what I seen from my parents, I'm telling you, my parents worked 50-50. If it wasn't for my mother working, my father wouldn't be. And if my father wasn't working, my mother, they always split the
No,
bills
you're
down
right.
the
You're
middle.
right. If it wasn't for your mother's 15%, right, you guys would be gone. Your mother's 15%. I love my mother. I know what my mother gave. She gave to the kids. She did her part there, which was she was supposed to do. Okay. I'm not going to take anything less. In that sense, it's 50-50. But when you start talking about monetary and this and that, no. That's not 50-50. Not even close.
My man, and this is unique conversation and perspective as far as the differences in the cultures and the races. Because in our community specifically, almost 40 years consistently, we've had less family building and reading of the scripture in the home. Most women get their word from the church. That's why it's most women in the church. And in the African American community, a lot of men, when they attend church regularly, what's happened was when they start getting the age of reasoning and understanding for themselves to be better and greater, they disconnect from the church. You can go in any African American church across any part of the country, whether it's a country and beautifully animated. You tell me if I'm wrong. Country, big city. If you was to go to church, if you was to go 3 churches this past Sunday, would it be mostly women or men in the church?
In the church I go to,
Any, as far as your what? Okay, she back. What if you went to 3 churches in your state and they were all African American churches? Do you think all of those churches would have mostly women, at least 80% or more?
yes.
Beautifully animated. What about you?
Not even about African American churches.
No, but see, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, okay. So in the African American church in your state, do you think it's mostly women or men? You still can't hear me?
It's mostly women.
Okay.
I said this.
I agree.
No, you was breaking up. We never heard you. I never heard you.
In the country.
Right. So that means the men are not going to the church.
Oh.
And
well,
men
that's because the men are too busy working.
Yes, but they also talk about it. They also talk about it in a capacity that when you go to church, that word of the pastor who is going to use, they're teaching it to the man to be less man and in front. Don't be a protector. They don't teach that. They say give the woman. It ain't because protecting you, beautifully animated, is me building a house with my hands. It's not the money that I give you. It's saying, beautifully animated, you have a gift. I need you to make sure that gift happens. I need to make sure my children are well fed. And guess what? I'm going to be out here putting this fence up, making sure no rain gets on us. I'm going to go find us something to fucking eat. I'm going to do all of those things to protect us. I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to play with the kids. I'm going to do everything. When I leave here, I won't be reckless with money. I won't mess around with other women. I will dedicate my life. I would delete somebody, or I will get deleted myself trying to protect you.
Right.
That I would agree 100%.
So, all this other stuff in between, and this is the difference between African American community, because they tell the women that they need to be this, they need to be that, which is the wrong message, because all of that plays into the propaganda. What keeps the community poor, because sisters spend over $1 trillion on cosmetic stuff. That shit makes no sense. Brothers buy games and shit, but over $1 trillion. And our males are reading at the lowest out of all the races when they the fucking smartest. Our young women are not even exercising their talents and gifts of being dancers, of being fucking creators of art, of sewing, cooking, making hell of a meals, all this new technology, all this new stuff that these children have been born into, and they still not being in the top half of that. Man, please. Please.
Trey, let's be realistic, man. Let's be realistic, okay? How many women out there are going to save your money? I see 2 women here. I can tell you right now, it's the men in your life that told you to save for your future and plan for the hardships. And it's you women that said, hell no, I need me that bag, or I need me this, or I need me that, or I need to go to that concert, or I need to do this. The men are the ones that try to even it out and say, hey, we got to save for our child. We got to save for the future. We got to save for the house. And the women are the ones that are doing the spending. So when you tell me that, no, I'm sorry, we do not worship the same, okay? Because most men try to live at least 50% of the word. They take care of their family, they take care of the house, they take care of the future. Women, as far as I know, no, that has not been the case. The money is gone. It's gone within. I've seen men, and I'll tell you right now, I don't want to say it like that, but I've seen black men, okay? And they become simps to these new women that they take. My uncle, okay, now we go to the other side, okay? The Salvadorian, the Argentinian, and these women, they take the money, man. And it's the same thing as black men here in the United States. These black men, they have the money, they have the savings, they have everything. And what ends up happening? This woman comes in, and that shit is gone for
And
what?
that's where they at now. And that's where
Where they at now.
stuck at now.
Right. They're working their ass off. Their savings is gone. And why? Because the woman wanted a couch, she wanted a TV, she wanted this. And the man is saying, look, we can get all that, but we got to pace ourselves. We got to watch what we do. Okay. And then at the end, when the woman leaves the man, what ends up happening? She ends up working triple, quadruple hard for the same thing. When I look at her and I say, look, we could have had this and worked half as hard if we worked together. But no. She wants what she wants. It's all gone. I got to leave her now. Do you know why I have to leave her? Because I got to protect myself. I have to protect my daughter. I have to protect my future. I can't let this woman take everything from me. But for her, it's everything or nothing. And I've seen many men, they're taken for everything. And at the end, they're working their asses off at 60 years old. No. So when you ask me who knows more what's right, I'll tell you right now, it's the man. It's the man. And look, it's not because you're female. It's because your father treated you like a princess because you're a girl. And that's what ended up happening. Because I'm going to give you what you want. And then what does your father do? To a female, not my girl. No. Not my girl. And this is a double-edged sword. You know, I can't teach my girl to be self-sufficient and at the same time be a good wife. I can't do that. So I'm stuck. How am I going to teach my girl to be self-sufficient and a good wife? I don't want her to be like these other women where they take everything, but at the same time, I want her to have her things and be fair. No. It's what I see is women taking things and the future is gone. That's what I see. Really simple. And you know what? I bet there's 2 women here, the other one left, and she's probably still listening. I can tell you right now, man, she had a husband. She had a boyfriend that was willing to give his life for her, but she wanted more than he could give. And it's not because he was wrong. It was because she was wrong, and she was taking too much and burning the candle at both ends. Now, you have to pace yourself. You have to work with your family. You have to love your family and love God. God will show you how to pace yourself. This is why women need to be in church and to see God's rule. Whereas men, dude, they're too busy working their ass off for that. And they're living it. I'm not going to say that they're living without sin, because they do live with sin. But at the same time, they take care of their family more so than the women. And if you have a woman lead the house, man, you're fucked. That's the way I see it.
So, hang on, I try and bring you back in 1 second. I had to put you back in here. So, top of an hour, guys. Let's finish with final thoughts. Sam, can I count that as your final thought, or you want to kill it final thoughts still?
I'll be back.
Count that as my final thought. I'll get a rebuttal if I need to.
All right. Trey, go for it.
I like Trey, man. I like Trey. Trey's got some wise words here, man. You know, he's Trey's very fair, and he's just, you know, I'm the one that's just coming up and saying things as it is. So is Trey, but he's saying it a lot smoother. So I want to hear what Trey has to say.
Sam, do me a favor.
I mean,
You want to wipe the sweat off your forehead? It's dripping pretty bad.
where beautifully animated
Where?
goes? She gone?
I'm not
I
sure.
hope she come back.
I'm not sure. She'll be back in a minute, but go ahead, finish up.
Look, grooming man. These conversations are very thought provoking. And
I got more. If you allow it, man. I have a lot more.
I'll say this for myself. I don't know how to say it in a smooth way. I feel like that. That
Woman is
what I say based off the topic. To me, it's not an end all be all. People can choose to follow certain paths and people can choose whatever. Their lives have nothing to do with me. My life and my family's life and those that love me and those that I love back, that's the lives I'm concerned about. And those that may be innocent to the whole dynamic of life. That's it. People make choices. People are going to make mistakes. Fine. You can't live in your mistakes. You always got to continue to believe in truth and logic and certain parodies to build life on. That's just the way I do it. I don't depend on anybody for nothing. I don't borrow anything, but I give a lot. When I get tired of stuff, I give it to people. I don't care what race they are, what color they are. If they want it, they can have it.
Can I have $1 million?
I respect, but see, there's the thing. You got to come work for me to get some money.
You say I can have whatever I want.
Well, I'm talking about material things. When I get material things, when I get an excess of something, I don't mind giving it back to those who may not have because I've
you're
been
a man.
blessed. No, but I've been blessed based
on
my understanding.
If you're a woman and blessed, you wouldn't do that. And that's just, know what?
Well, let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this.
I see your face, babe.
No,
I see your face.
Let me finish.
Not you. I see Miss Blue there. I'm sorry.
Listen. Let me finish. Let me finish. Put your mic on mute, man.
I'm gonna put that shit on mute right now.
Okay. So what I'm speaking from, I also learned this from my mother and my grandmothers. I learned that because all three of those ladies had husbands. All the women in aunties, they all had husbands.
You think those women are here today? Where?
Well,
where?
Listen, it doesn't matter if they're here.
It does matter.
Listen
those women who
oh my God. Let me finish. And what I'm saying, I say it doesn't. Listen, I say it doesn't matter because of this. Not that they don't matter. My thing is this. There's young women who ain't even got to these spaces. And there's young women and young men out here who need to understand that the work that they put in for their life, as far as based off this rhetoric that we all discuss and all of this disliking of self and perpetuation of sins and sort of subjugation of, wealth and whatever it is that we living in today, that young person can all bypass this bullshit by following the word of the book that they read. And if you read the New Testament, you damn sure better read the Old Testament, because you want to understand where the foolery comes in and tricks you out of all that shit, because it's a different message. And the message of the first biblicals put the man in the place it's supposed to be, his connection to God. Moses talked to God. God came to other people after they revealed themselves to him. He didn't show up until they were ready to be with him. So when you come to that realization as a man and a woman today, regardless of whatever the hell you was doing that was sinly, when you come to their age of reason, you better walk in a righteous path. You better you better become disciplined. And I'm saying, and I ain't saying what you better become. What I'm saying is you can still try to deviate from it, but guess what? The devil will always be tapping you on your shoulder. So if you want to get rid of that, go back and start following the word that you read 10 years ago. Walk in that path. And when you get 10 years further than today, watch how you see your life has flourished. Watch how you see your children have grown. Watch how you see everything about you is plentiful and bountiful. And it's a bright day even when it's raining. That's just my take on it. I'm 56. I can say I ain't had no problems in life. I ain't never had no problem with women. When I had problems with money, that's because I spent. Then I learned how to budget and save that shit. But I learned that early. I've been on my own with two parents since I was 14. And as I got through meeting people, because I hung out with Saudi Arabians and Yugoslavians and Czechoslovakians and fucking South Americans, I've walked amongst all of these men. And I understand that as a man, I'm going to give a man and a woman respect because I come with 5 sisters and a mother, 7 aunties. So I learned how to respect them because of them. But I also learned how with that, me being who I am and them being a woman, they have to respect everything about me. If not, I dismiss myself from them. You're not cute to me. I don't comment on how you look, what you got on. I don't care about your life. I won't do business with you. And a man, the same thing. If you disrespecting my manhood, or even if you disrespecting your manhood or womanhood, I don't connect to that because that's not part of my righteous being. My part of righteous being is helping those who cannot be helped, the handicapped, the children, the elderly, everybody else in between. Get the hell out of my way.
All right. But you're giving it. Now let me see the women do that. No, seriously. Don't you dare. Hey, Trey, put that back in your face, man. Don't you dare. I want to see the women give what he's given. I want to see the women give what I'm giving. That's what I want to see. Because you're preaching a word and say that you do that. I don't see responsibility. I don't see accountability through women. I don't. And I'm sorry. I don't. I don't because it's non-existent. It's not there. I'm not going to say all women. There are many women that do that. But what Trey said, that's what men, M-A-N-M-E-N, that's what men do. Women do not do that. Women will not sacrifice their whole goddamn fucking life. And honestly, at this point in my life, it's a goddamn fucking life. I gave up so much for shit that the woman doesn't give up. And many men are the same way. The woman won't even give up half of what Trey says. They won't take responsibility for half of what Trey says. And I see that with all women, because if you women did, I mean, shit, I'm a single parent. I have a 10-year-old daughter. I work my ass off and I do my shit. I don't see half the women giving up their life for that. I gave up my life. I gave up my job. I gave up my career. I gave up everything for my daughter. You fucking women don't do that. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I gave up everything so I can give my daughter something in the future. When I die, my daughter's going to get something. I don't see women doing that. I don't. So that's where I'm at. I want to lead off, honestly. I really do. And I want Trey to lead off with some sort of prayer. I do, man. Some sort of Thanksgiving or something, man. Because what's happening now is not right. There's a lot of things happening where women have this false sense where they think that they deserve something because they're just a parent. Now I'm just a fucking parent. I'm a parent as a man, and I'm going to tell you, I deserve nothing. I deserve nothing. My daughter deserves everything, and I work my ass off for her. I don't see women doing that. I don't see women sacrificing their whole life and their future and their money and their savings and their business plans and their career for their kids. I don't see women doing that. What I do see is I see men doing that, and they'll give it up. I don't see women doing that. So that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. Trey, I see maybe I think you look disgusted with me. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to say that women do not give up half of what men do. Men give up their entire life for their kids, their wife, their family. They do. They give it all up.
All right, Bass, want to go next?
Go next for what? What are we doing?
Final thoughts.
Where we at? Huh?
Final thoughts. Your whatever you want to put in your final jazz.
Well, Sam, I hope you get some healing somewhere. That's all I got to say.
I need healing. It's you women that need healing, man. I gave up everything. No, Trey, don't even go there.
No, you've already talked. I mean,
let her finish, Sam.
No, I haven't.
I'm done. But it's like you don't have to repeat yourself. That's all you're doing now is repeating yourself. Like,
all right.
I've heard you. I've heard you clearly, and you need therapy. That's my thoughts. That's my opinion.
I think everybody needs fucking therapy.
No, I'm
all men need therapy. All men need therapy.
I think everybody needs therapy.
All men need to wake up,
right,
and let you handle your shit
therapy.
that you can prove.
Everyone needs therapy, right?
No.
So
handle your shit so that you can prove it.
I don't say that jokingly. I when I feel a certain way, because I go to therapy, whatever. I have a therapist and I have a psychiatrist. So if I feel like someone may need help, a professional help, whatever, then I do recommend it.
Nah, it's a great unprofessional standpoint from somebody who's an amateur and doesn't and needs help. You think other people need help for your own issue. That's good. Right. That's good. No. So I hope you get help too. I hope you get help with whatever issues you have.
Oh, I'm blessed. I have an awesome.
I do. Well, you're blessed.
Awesome.
You're blessed.
Listen,
hang on.
You're blessed. You're blessed.
Let her speak, man.
All right, now I'm talking. Next person talk, nobody else talks. Simple. I'm gonna disconnect you because I'm tired of people cutting each other off. I'm getting pissed now. Alexa, you can go next, please. I'm not sure why. There you go. Go ahead.
From what I came in on, it was a good conversation. I enjoyed speaking my piece, and I just want people to know that God is good, God is great, and yeah, that's it.
Alexa, thank you for coming, and you're always welcome here, so you know. So I'm gonna unmute everybody now, so we're gonna finish off here. So, hope everybody had a good conversation. We went completely off topic today. I'm okay with that. We had a great conversation. Hopefully, we didn't draw any bloodlines. But schedule update. Friday, barbershop. I'm not sure I'm gonna be there. I have church, so tune in to BMU Network. Then on Saturday, we are doing. Not sure what we're doing yet, but we're definitely gonna have a show to hang out. So, except that, guys. Grooming reviews. I am Ghost of Sparta. As always, stay fresh.